Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Villa Marina for the 2025 Countering Financial Crime Conference. Today's event features a full programme of expert presentations and informed discussions on a range of topics. I'd like to thank all our speakers and panellists, particularly those who have travelled to the island to share their insights with us. Financial criminals are becoming increasingly sophisticated, so it is more important than ever to hear from those on the front line about how we can best respond to these emerging threats. The aim of today is to build on the success of last year's conference, which emphasised the need for collaboration as part of a united national approach. And in that respect, effective partnerships between the public, private, and third sectors remain at the very heart of the island's ambitions. We must continue to stand together to protect our communities and our businesses from criminals who seek to exploit our financial systems. And with that in mind, it is fantastic to see so many different sectors of our economy represented here this morning, alongside government officers, regulators, and law enforcement agencies. Everyone in the room shares a common goal: to protect what we have worked so hard to achieve over so many years. And indeed, the Isle of Man has much to be proud of. We remain one of the safest places to live in the British Isles and offers an unenviable quality of life. And while we can look to the future with confidence, there can be no room for complacency. The Isle of Man is not immune from threats of transnational crime and must remain vigilant to the red flags associated with illegal activities. And that is why we have taken action to bolster the island's supervision, investigation, and enforcement capabilities, while we are also enhancing our immigration processes. A robust programme of monitoring is in place, and cross-agency collaboration has been strengthened to share relevant information in a timely and effective manner when issues come to light. The Financial Intelligence Unit has published a typologies document, whilst a national risk appetite statement issued by the government calls for action to be taken by businesses to evaluate and manage their risks. And let me be clear, we cannot afford to relax our efforts or to take our feet off the gas. Instead, we must all rise to the challenge with a renewed vigour. And recent events have demonstrated that the Isle of Man remains hostile to financial crime and will act decisively to address any vulnerabilities. Together, we have the power to disrupt criminality and maintain the integrity of our financial services sector, the cornerstone of our island's economy. The sector's sustained success is essential to increasing our economically active population, attracting new investment and wealth, and supporting our public services. Our message to the rest of the world is that the Isle of Man is open to good quality, legitimate business. We are actively seeking to welcome new entities to our shores and to encourage existing firms to scale up their operations where possible. And as we enter the final year of this political administration, I am focused on working with the Council of Ministers to drive forward the delivery phase of our island plan, creating an environment that supports sustainable economic growth is central to our aspirations. And among the big ticket issues that we will be dealing with, I have repeatedly stated that the island's forthcoming money val assessment is a top priority. Now, Jane Paul Wilson MHK, Minister for Justice and Home Affairs, and the Anti-Money Laundering and Combating Financial Crime lead for the Isle of Man government, is spearheading political involvement in this regard. And you will hear an update from the Minister as part of this afternoon's agenda. We as a government recognise that securing a positive money val outcome is fundamental to the island's immediate and longer-term economic well-being. Grey listing would negatively impact the island's GDP and cause significant reputational damage. Together, we must seize this opportunity to showcase the island as a trusted and forward-looking jurisdiction, an outstanding place to do business that consistently meets international requirements. It is important to reiterate that our approach to combating financial crime is not merely, though, about satisfying the Moneyval assessors. It is simply something we have to do every single day across our international economy. Combating financial crime is a national priority for all of us for many years to come. The speakers at last year's conference highlighted the real-life outcomes of the work that takes place every day, how good compliance disrupts organised crime gangs, money launderers and people traffickers, and how it defends our cherished way of life for current and future generations. Looking through a commercial lens, the island's track record of compliance with international standards is an advantage for firms competing in the global marketplace. And as those standards continue to evolve, we must be responsible, agile, and innovative. I am pleased to maintain an open dialogue with the island's business leaders, and I am aware of the challenges being faced between the need for robust compliance and its impact on the cost of doing business. Our aim must be to strike the right balance to ensure that businesses can flourish while meeting their obligations. And to this end, the finance and digital agencies at the Department for Enterprise continue to work constructively with our regulators to explore opportunities for growth. I also know that a lot is being asked of firms that are already stretched. Your efforts are never taken for granted, and I wish to express my personal gratitude to those who are stepping up in the island's best interests. I know this is not an easy path, but we greatly value your support, particularly in terms of supplying the data to inform our national risk assessment and our preparations for Moneyval. This evidence is crucial to demonstrating the effectiveness of our frameworks, so please continue to engage positively in the time ahead. For our part, government agencies are committed to embedding a culture of continuous improvement. We have reviewed and updated frameworks, stepped up to our intelligence gathering, and improved how we recover the proceeds of illicit activity. We have invested additional resources to strengthen capacity building within the public and private sectors to boost data collection and analysis and ultimately enhance our standards of compliance. We have engaged leading practitioners and policymakers with first-hand experience of guiding other jurisdictions through the Moneyval process. And these officers are helping to assess the island's progress, identify any areas that need to be addressed, and to work with stakeholders to ensure the island is in the best possible shape ahead of its evaluation. I am sure that the Moneyval session later this morning will spell out the benefits of collaboration, the importance of good quality data, and the need for a consistent country narrative. It is a challenging journey, I know, but it is not unique to the Isle of Man. All jurisdictions face intense scrutiny as part of the rules of engagement for conducting international business. As an island, we must expand our network of allies, learn from the experience of others, and continue to keep pace with the latest developments. But only by working together will we achieve that and secure a vibrant and sustainable future. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy what promises to be a fascinating day of presentations and discussion. And let's leave here today with a renewed sense of purpose, a purpose to continue to develop a globally respected, well-regulated centre of excellence in financial services and to make a positive difference for the future. Thank you.